Part B, American under the Republican government 1920 to 1930. As you know, last lesson you learned that Philippines were under the Democrats. But now, after the new election, the Democratic Party kalah X and balik semula under Republican Party. So US had new leader and Philippines pun terpaksa ikut the new government. Now, what changes will it be? Now, as you know, last lesson, under Jones Act, Philippines were prepared for a shift independence. Kan kena cepatkan independence-nya, and it was a very smooth process of Filipinization. But under the Republican Party, let's see what happened. So ini yang slide yang saya bagi, and this one is the notes yang saya sudah beri photocopy. Okay, let's just focus on this one first. You can have your notes as well to refer. The Republican Party was ruling the United States in 1920, and the new president is Harding. President Harding. The Wood-Forbes Commission was sent to find out if the Filipinos were ready for independence. They believed that the Filipinos did not have enough training and experience to rule. They needed a period of apprenticeship, means a period of training and experience. The Governor General should have more control over the internal affairs. So sebelum ini, US bagi Filipinization. Remember Harrison? He encouraged more Filipinos to join the government, but under Harding and the new Governor General namanya Leonard Wood, they don't believe or they don't think that the Filipinos are ready yet, and they need more time before they can achieve or be given independence. In 1920, Leonard Wood was appointed as the new Governor General to the Philippines. He used his power of veto frequently. So, ia ni terlampau banyak gunakan kuasa veto, means ia dia ikut apa cakap daripada upper house and lower house. So ia ni boleh buat apa saja final decision on his own. That is veto. This caused tension between him, Wood, and also Filipino leaders. As a result, many Filipino leaders resigned. Banyak Filipino suka and banyak yang keluar daripada politics. And even in 1927, when Wood died, Henry L. Stimson tried to make the situation better when he became the next Governor General. So, lepas Wood died and Stimson took over, the situation much better. But look at the faces of the Filipinos. They were not happy. They were promised independence, but was not given anytime soon during that time. So, kamu lihat notes kamu sini. Harding decide that ia mau lihat sama ada sedia indah orang Filipina ini untuk independence under Wood-Forbes Commission, and remember the name of the new Governor General, Leonard Wood, and apa yang Wood-Forbes Commission find out. Do you think that Filipinos ready? These are the reasons why. And bila Wood jadi Governor General, even Quezon and Roxas Indah suka dengan Wood. So that is Wood, that is Quezon, that is Roxas. Okay, don't bengam. They're not in the same we call understanding. So now cuba lihat kalian ni. Tadi Republican menang. Now another election. Look, Republican kalah lagi, and now balik semula Democrats. The Democratic Party was ruling the United States again. yang janji awal-awal bagi independence. So sekejap under Democrats and then Republican, now Democrats lagi. Let's see how what's the scenario here. In 1933, the Democratic Party was ruling the United States. Now they have new Governor General namanya Frank Murphy. Okay, this is the famous Governor General. Ingatkan namanya. He was appointed as the new Governor General and he wanted to give independence to the Philippines quickly because A. United States was badly affected by the Great Depression. Remember Great Depression? Economic crisis. So the import of sugar from Philippines to US could be restricted. B. The number of Filipinos entering the United States could be controlled. At this time, Quezon and Roxas went to Washington to ask for independence. Now, even the local leaders, Quezon and Roxas pun mau independence, and it was agreed by Frank Murphy. Patut Philippines dibagi independence. Now, I'm going to explain further A and B pasal the sugar and immigration ni. Now, look. If US continue to import sugar, what will happen to the local farmers in US? They will have problems. So that's why yang mau bagi independence awal to Philippines and focus on their own country. And secondly, so many influx of Filipinos ke US. So this is quite a problem for US because even for their locals, they don't have jobs. Now they have foreigners datang ke US kan bekerja, so ada economic problems. So Murphy introduced the Hair Harvest Cutting Act in 1932. What is Hair Harvest Cutting Act? Terms. Number 1, the Philippines would be granted independence in 10 years time. Ingatkan 10 tahun daripada 1932. And namanya dibagi sebagai the Commonwealth of Philippines. So what happened? Filipino migration to United States will be restricted. So yang ni tadi akan lagi banyak orang Filipin ke US. And American military and naval bases would remain in the Philippines even after independence. Hold on. US mau bagi independence, tapi even after independence, US mau stay di sana. Something is not right. So that's why Filipino leaders not happy with that. They are not happy. Number 1, it restricted the Filipinos from entering the United States. Number 2, trade between the US and Philippines would not be favorable to Philippines. So kalau Philippines dibagi independence, what will happen to the Filipino farmers? They will lose their job and they have to compete, and economy would be bad for Philippines all of a sudden. And third one, the presence of military and naval bases in their country would be a violation of the independence. Kalau independence, tidak patut ada lagi ni military and naval base US di Philippines. Patutnya merdeka sudah, no more US ships or navy whatever defense the Philippines. That's why the Filipino leaders not happy. So Quezon returned to US to propose changes to this act. So kalau kamu lihat kamu punya notes sini pun sama jua. Menurut Quezon not happy with hair horse cutting bill. Have a look, highlight the key points yang sudah saya explain tadi. So he went to Washington and he asked for a more favorable to the Philippines called the Tidings-McDuffie Act. So this act is more disenangi oleh orang Filipin. It will help them in what way? Now, there's another delay. So Philippines pada asalnya kena bagi 10 years from 1932. Now, a Commonwealth of Philippines will be formed on 4th July 1936. Artinya, so 10 tahun daripada 1936 ni, kalau 10 tahun nanti artinya 4 Julai Filipin akan dibagi independence. So kalau kena bagi independence status Filipin, so no more Governor General and US akan simpan High Commissioner instead to control the defense and foreign affairs. Sama macam Brunei, remember the 7 serangkai and Brunei self-government. Internal, now Philippines. External defense, US. The President of United States could veto any constitutional changes and act passed by the Philippines government until independence. So, dalam masa 10 tahun ini, yang boleh mengubah balik hanya Presiden US yang masih ada kuasa. So, have a look. 10, 9, 8, 7. So, Philippines ni kan ready sudah dalam masa 10 tahun kemerdekaan. So, people were so anticipated. So, the Commonwealth of Philippines mesti ada election. Siapa yang jadi ketua parti? So, in 1935, elections were held and guess what? Nationalist Party won. So, Presiden pertama Commonwealth of Philippines was Manuel Quezon and dia punya Vice President timbalannya Sergio Osmeña. High Commissioner ganti Governor General, pangkatnya sama je the same person, Frank Murphy, and we have first General to Philippines under US, General Douglas MacArthur. So, ia ni ketua askar di Amerika yang control defense. Murphy jadi Pesuruhjaya Tinggi, wakil US High Commissioner. Okay, ingatkan President of Commonwealth Philippines Quezon, Sergio Osmeña, the Vice President. So this is the picture of the Frank Murphy, Manuel Quezon, and Sergio Osmeña. Now, what can we see here under the Commonwealth of Philippines, especially on economic developments? Several Filipino products imported to US were free from duty or tax. This was because the US wanted to have Philippines before independence. Okay, walaupun kena bagi Commonwealth status, tetap juga Filipin kena bagi special treatment sebab US mau bantu Filipin punya economic. But after independence, Philippine goods to US would be taxed. So, tapi lepas merdeka, Filipino punya barangan import ke US akan dicukai. Artinya, ada lagi favorable treatment. Therefore, Manuel Quezon flew to US States and asked, sekali lagi Quezon ke US minta tolong, jangan lepas independence terus kena cukai, tax. So, ia mau panjangkan lagi ia punya tempoh instead of 1946 to 1960. Okay, at least economic Philippines boleh bernafas walaupun lepas merdeka. So, social welfare services, so improvement dalam water supply, sanitation, improve hospital and dispensary were set up. Result, health and sanitation improved greatly. So, okay, keselamatan, kesihatan di Filipina maju disebabkan oleh US dan Filipina. However, the US greatest contribution to Philippines was spread of education. Ingatkan, US yang paling utamanya adalah education yang mau kepada orang Filipina, because the education system was based on American public school system, and universities were set for higher learning and English became a widely used language. So that's why US wanted to guide, teach, and give experience to the Filipinos.